So Arjen Robben has been interesting Toronto FC in MLS. Apparently, they held exploratory talks with the Dutch winger at Bayern Munich. Of course, his contract's coming to an end after 10 years in Bavaria. Ale, first of all, we understand that it's only exploratory talks and it's basically been shut down for now.
Yeah, I'm guessing the exploration didn't go that far. I can see why there would be initial interest, just to, at the very least, ask the question and see what he would be willing to do, or whether this would be in the plans of Arjen Robben to maybe take a jump into Major League Soccer. I just don't see why Toronto would go after Arjen Robben at this point in his career. And as productive as he has been, as a tremendous talent as he has been for not only Bayern Munich, but his national team, the Netherlands, I just don't think that this is a great fit. Not only for Toronto FC, but just for MLS as a whole. It's 35-year-old Arjen Robben, and it's not just a 35-year-old Arjen Robben. It's a 35-year-old that is injury-prone at this point in his career, that has had issues with injuries, and whose game has been based on that very quick first step, that ability to take you to the right-hand side and then cut back to his left, or maybe take you on the outside, and his ability to turn the corner. He has a magical left foot, but I just don't know that at this point you're going to get the return on your investment and the value that you would need in order to make this happen.
They're clearly keen to replace Giovinco in terms of not just the style of player, but also that star name. You know, and again, is this just part of a wider discussion that teams like Toronto must have every time a DP leaves, that they have to go and find another aging superstar just to come in to do something to put bums on seats?
Well, I don't think so. I like to believe that MLS is past that stage, that MLS has now found a different niche and a different space that they can work from, that they don't need to go after this sort of name. Now, before people go all crazy and start telling me, well, what about Zlatan? Zlatan is a different category altogether. He's got a category for himself. He's a different profile. It's a different presence to Zlatan Ibrahimovic. And there is a whole lot more about Zlatan that you can push forth in terms of marketing that you could do for a guy like Arjen Robben. Now, the other thing is, and the other counterpoint to what you just said, is that Arjen Robben would be coming here, as I said, 35 years old. It wouldn't be a substitute to Giovinco, because Giovinco came here pretty much towards either at the prime of his career or towards the back end of the prime of his career. There was still a lot for him to give. Arjen Robben's prime is behind that, and way behind that. Okay, it's already it's gone. Okay, and it's been gone for a while. So MLS should not be going after this sort of player. And if you're going to go after this sort of player, it's got to be a name that is far more impressive than Arjen Robben. As good a player as he has been, as good a player and as good a talent as he's been, he's not in the category of Zlatan Ibrahimovic. He's not. In marketing-wise, he's not. He doesn't have that same presence, and he doesn't have the same personality that is going to put himself out there in a manner in which is going to attract attention from everybody else, soccer fans or not.
Given the nature that we understand it hasn't really gone anywhere, and they pretty much came to that conclusion early doors, it would seem that they have a realisation that they're on the same page as you. They're looking for someone like, obviously, having brought in Giovinco, they're looking for someone like that who can still give them 3 or 4 years of explosive football and star power.
Right, and while people will say, well, you know, yeah, they need a big name. Well, they brought in this guy, Alejandro, and so far the return has been very good, and everybody's very impressed about what he's doing. Well, I think you'd rather have that sort of guy that is going to give you a good 3-4 years of productivity, rather than hoping that you're going to get Arjen Robben ready to play on Saturday. Oh, can he make it through this week? Can those calves hang on? Can those knees work? Can the hamstrings hang on until then? You can't play a whole season like that. You have to have players that you can rely upon and know that they're going to be productive on the weekend. And if that guy's Arjen Robben, then hey, go ahead. But I just don't think it would be a good idea.
Do you have an inkling as to where he might end up? He's made 9 Bundesliga appearances this year. Do you think that he'll carry on re-sign with Bayern, or do you think maybe somewhere like Inter or somewhere else?
I have a place for him on the first tee of a golf course. That is fantastic. Let me tell you, stress-free. You just get on the car, go on to the second hole, have a drink or two. It's wonderful. What else does he need to do with his life and with his career? If he wants to continue to play, go ahead and do so. Be my guest. But if not, come on down to the golf club. We'll take care of you.
Maybe Ali will hold exploratory talks with Arjen Robben.
Maybe that's going to get shut down too.
Okay, so that's the story as we have it so far. No to Arjen Robben for Toronto. Keep it here at ESPN FC.